started playing guitar back in the day
Okay.
when I was like, 14, 15, maybe a bit younger actually. But, I couldn't really, I didn't really have the drive to learn to play all the solo things, all the scales. I was a bit of a rhythm guitarist, really, and still am actually. I don't really play much lead, um, but I took up bass playing because I like that. I like the bass playing side of things. So I was a bass player to start with in bands, and then I started doing backing vocals in bands, and then when that band sort of stopped, then I was playing in another band with another guy called Chris Morris, actually, and a friend of mine was the drummer. I used to actually sing and play bass in that band, so that's really when I started singing, bass player singing, like just a three-piece band, really.
Yeah.
Then I joined a band with Paul Quinn, and that was the same thing. I mean, Paul could sing a bit back then, so he used to sing a couple of songs as well. Um, so yeah, it just developed really, and then we got together with some other guys, called Sob, and we were called Coast, I think, and they had a bass player. So we had two bass players for a while, for a few, for like about a month, uh, which is pretty cool sounding. Um, but it wasn't really working that well. So I just put it down and started singing really. And that must have been about 1970, 76 maybe,
Wow.
when I actually put the bass guitar down. So that's when I became a fully fledged, paid up member of the Vocal Society.
Wow. So how soon after that did Saxon form? Like just a couple years?
Well, that was in a band called Son of a Bitch.
Yeah.
Saxon actually formed. We changed the drummer in sort of '78, and then we made demo tapes through '78 into '79, and then we got offered a recording contract, and that's when Saxon really became Saxon.
Okay.
Yes, so it was '79 really. You know.
Nice. Yeah. Cool to know. So Saxon has such unique identity and like imagery. So where does this come from?
Uh, I don't know really. A lot of it, I suppose, comes from me, because it's like all the battle metal stuff is all me,
Yeah.
really. I'm a bit of a historian, so I suppose we started a bit of that as well, the whole battle scene, the battle metal scene, writing about wars and,
Power
and
metal, you know?
being more specific. But we tend to call it battle metal, because power and the glory, Crusader, it's all about wars and So yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think that a lot of the stuff comes from me, from my brain. And songwriting, the music side of things can come from anywhere, really. We're,
Mm.
we're very mixed on that. We always have been. We usually put it down that everybody writes everything together, but a lot of the time we don't. We just do that too. Um, so people look at us as a band, not just one songwriter, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's pretty open, really. Sometimes the whole band writes the album. Sometimes I write songs with somebody else, and sometimes somebody writes a song and then plays it to me. So it's pretty. The thing that I remain in control of all the material and all the direction of the music now, because obviously I'm the only singer. So I've been
Yeah.
doing that for the last 15 years. So I think it's working really well.
It
So
totally, yeah, definitely.
yeah, so you have to be focused, and you have to, you know, I just want the band to be, the guitarist to be cutting edge, that stuff is playing above their level. So each album, their level goes higher,
Yeah.
uh, technically wise. I mean, they're really technical players, Paul and Bill, now, and they've sort of, they've moved on quite a lot.